All right. What is up, everybody? This is episode number 161 of the Top City Grind podcast.
161. And we are in Atlanta, Georgia.
Hot Atlanta.
Yep.
It's actually hotter back home.
No, yeah,
which is
It's
kind of
actually
weird.
hotter back home.
But it's humid here, so.
Yep. So everybody, this has been a long time coming. We've been waiting to do this podcast show after show. We try to do this, and we never really get to. But today we have Zeke Menacho.
Yeah, man.
Zeke Menacho is with us. Like I said, it's been a long time coming. For some reason or another, we
haven't been able to, or
we
he
haven't
hasn't been able to,
he's
or whatever.
busy or
It was always back and forth. It was always like, I had to do something.
but-
You guys had to do something.
But yeah, man, it's really a pleasure to have you on here right now. Seriously.
Thank you, man.
Yep.
Thank
Pop.
you.
Yeah. So, welcome to the show.
Well, thanks, guys. It's an honor to be here for one thing.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Love Tops. Love the knives. Love you guys more, though. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
let's fucking start off firing with questions, huh?
Let's go, man. Hit me.
Yeah.
So what brings you to Blade? Blade fucking 2024. Why is Zeke here?
Why am I here? So I'm at Blade 2024. I represent Work Tough Knives. I have a few different designs with them now. I think I'm up to 9 designs with those guys. We've done all kinds of cool stuff. We do the Nomads.
9 designs?
9 designs.
Fuck, in a short period.
I know, man. Yeah.
You probably have more than
well,
anybody
listen,
there,
it's
right?
it's from. We think about it like that, but when I look back on it, it's from 2018 at Blade West is where that started when we were doing that in Portland.
Important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That Portland show.
Yeah.
Went over there, met with Vic, talked to him.
That's probably the first show that I met Vic.
Yep, think
when
so.
he was coming out with like a little stove or something like that.
He had a little
Right?
stove, and that's
Right?
what started
Yeah.
his whole thing.
Yep,
And he used the stove to fund the knife business. He still does the stoves. They're big overseas. They're awesome. Everybody loves hot tenting, I guess, in Europe and all that. It's a huge thing, man. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that's terrible. Oh.
No, welcome to the show.
Seriously, that's what we get for.
This is how
that's
we
what
do
get
it.
for- That's what we get for shotgun one before, right?
This is normal.
Perfect. So,
You need another beer?
no, I'm good. I'm gonna stick with this right now.
Liquor?
Liquor? Yeah, we got
Well,
liquor
it's
too.
faster if you do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm good.
Fair enough.
Thank you, though. I'm good. Yeah, man. So we just met over there. He was doing the stove stuff, and then James Helm actually brought me over there from. He was a Forged and Fire guy. He won Forged and Fire, and that's a funny story because I was intimidated by this guy because he's a big dude, right? He's like your size, man. Actually, big giant beard, and I thought he was Amish. The whole time I thought he was Amish. I thought he was gonna have.
Does he dress like he's Amish?
Dude, I don't know. Well, he wears jeans and a T-shirt the whole time, but he like tucks them in and stuff. And I thought, well, maybe that's what an Amish dude does. I don't know. He tucks his shirt into his pants and stuff.
Maybe.
So, yeah, I don't know. But so I talked to him and he goes, no, you got to see this guy. The fit and finish is awesome on his work and all that. And talked to Vic. I don't think he sold a single knife that day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and just got a good vibe off him, and we hit it off from then, and just picked it up, man. Started doing the big Nomad camp knives, and from that we have just made a whole bunch of knives.
So the
Whose
Nomad,
house-
was that the first one?
Whose house did
Yeah.
we get invited to?
Yeah.
I think it was a UFC fight.
Yes, we
And
saw.
that's- yeah.
Yes, yes.
Whose house was that?
That was
Bobby?
that was
No,
a dude.
no.
Nope, that was a dude named Phil Sprando. It was Phil and Jennifer
yeah,
Sprando.
that's right.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Filthy Phil,
that's-
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's where
Filthy
I met
Phil.
Vic.
Yes.
Was at his house.
Yep.
That's the first
Was that
time
the Khabib McGregor fight?
It was the Khabib McGregor
was,
fight.
wasn't
man.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's where Barney came up
Yeah.
with this like fucking light as a feather fucking
Yeah,
knife.
yeah.
And
Dude.
Zeke just fucking
That we
dropped
still
on the
make
ground.
fun of
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. All of that, man. Yeah. That was great, man.
Oh,
And
that was a
like,
hell of a night.
yeah, that was something else, man. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. So we were all out there, and yeah, man, that campfire was good. And watching Khabib choke Conor McGregor's eyes out was awesome, man. Yeah, so that was cool.
It was.
Yeah.
So that's where it all started, pretty much with Vic.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's a good dude. He's so quiet and so humble. And in this industry, your name is your word, right? And you have to have integrity, because if you don't have integrity, you're just not going to last very long.
Yep.
And with him, man, this whole thing, it was on a handshake to start off with, and he's just been a solid dude the whole way through.
Shit. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Like I said, after that, I met him just a couple times. Mm-hmm. I know he's here. I seen a post that he said he was going to be here. I haven't seen him.
He came by the booth. We chatted for like a couple of minutes. You were either gone or talking to somebody else. But yeah, he stopped by quick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's here. He's floating around, but he's more at the table this time than I've seen him in other shows. Oh, really? And I think it's mostly just because people this year that table was just fire. It's just been a good show. I hope it's been great.
Well,
for
you guys got a
too,
good following, Zeke. Like, I'm not trying to fucking kiss you up, but you got a following that you have, and people come to look for you, and so and not just you, but like, what's you. Dark Timber, Josh, like that group, like you guys have like a solid following.
It's a set,
which is sick as fuck. It's bad.
Yeah,
that's badass.
Yeah.
And so I think that part, Vic, like he sort of fell into that group. So
he did, man. He did. He absolutely did. As the production guy, all those other guys are custom guys, So you got Josh Navarrete. I've got my Navarrete knife shirt on. Love Josh, man. So you got like Josh Navarrete. You got Julio.
Yeah.
Diaz is another one. Pete, of course, doing good with Dark Timber and all that. And all of us just kind of came up together, man, all at the same time.
That's badass. And I see Pete, and I see Dark Timber that he's still going. He's still pushing. When I first I probably met you before. I'm gonna probably fucking destroy it, but when I fucking first saw shit, you were with him 100%. Like you and him, I thought you and him were Dark Timber.
Straight down the middle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so when I seen you start, I'm like, fuck, what happened there, man? But then I seen you guys were I seen Pete actually made a comment fuck, where's my fucking knife that you designed? The first one you designed with Vic.
Yeah.
He's like, you told me you're going to give me one. You haven't given me one. I'm like, oh, so they're still cool.
Yeah,
so,
we're still friends, man.
Yeah.
We're still friends. We started out. So here's the thing with him. He had some social anxiety stuff. All that kind of stuff. I've been doing knife shows, gun shows, all that. Like I said, I got my first tops, I think, at a 99 or 98 big Reno gun show.
Oh, shit.
Me and my dad.
Rick, Mike, and Ann.
Yes.
When he got his first knife. Yeah.
Yeah, as a matter of fact.
We talked about this. When we sort of started.
Long time ago, man. I still have that knife. I was going to bring it this time, and,
I'm glad you forgot something, too.
So let me.
Dude, I
right
forget
now, right now, you
Jeez,
forgot
man.
about that knife. I'm going to bring something up.
Yeah.
So I remember when you came up to me one time at the table, and you're like, Leo, I actually submitted a knife with you guys. Well, back then, I had zero say on what came out.
Yeah.
I was working and I was busting my ass and I was designing and I was doing my thing, for tops.
For sure.
And so, when you approached me with that, I'm like, fuck. And I told Craig, let's look for that fucking drawing.
I know where it is.
No, I know too. I know where it is. So Craig finds it.
Forgot.
Craig found it. And then I'm like, you know what? Craig's like, Zeke's in to do this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. All right. I'm like, take that drawing. Because during the podcast, I want to pull that drawing out so everybody sees it.
Yes.
Yep.
And I'm like, bring it.
I'm already embarrassed. Yeah.
No.
It's not here, so you're safe.
Okay, good. Thank you for your forgetfulness, man.
Yeah. In the video here.
Yeah. So Jesus, right here, let's put that drawing.
Yeah, we'll post it up. We'll do something.
Nice.
Yeah. And so I told Craig, bring it during the podcast. I want to pull it out.
For sure.
And
I forgot.
Of course, Craig forgot it.
I was gonna.
But we do. I found that drawing. So when Mike passed away, we kept a bunch of his drawings
for sure.
And so we started looking through all the stuff he had, and we found that drawing.
Yeah,
not looking for your drawing.
Yeah. I was just looking through them, and I was like, Leo, check this out. He's like, Zeke, I knew we had that.
Yeah, I'm like, Zeke brought that up to me.
Yeah,
and so that's how I seen what you submitted. So.
Right.
It's not that ugly.
Oh yeah, no. it's a dude. Now I think back about it and I can't even remember exactly what it was. And I picture just a 2-dimensional cat turd literally drawn out on paper.
Bad. Right, it's better than that.
Yeah. And I didn't know the way. That's the thing. I was really green then too, and I really didn't know the way that all that worked, man. I thought if it was one person and they were the top guy, and then that was they would just say that's it, and that's the way that it went. And now I understand. Looking back on it in the way that it was Mike's house, it was all of that, man, and I understand it because I understood your history now and the way that you worked yourself up.
Yeah, and Mike, the way he sort of picked his designs, and I learned it just for being with him. It was if it wasn't tactical, it wasn't his his bag of tea.
It wasn't the jam. Yeah.
Yeah. If it wasn't tactical, you're going to fucking kill somebody, you're going to put it through the hood of a car.
Especially that long ago.
Yeah. And so that's sort of where I started coming in and making it work for Tops.
Gotcha.
You follow me? So even till today, we get a design, and I say I'm going to Topsify it.
Yeah.
To sort of follow our line.
Yeah.
Well, I learned that Topsifying through Mike.
Gotcha.
He would be like, Leo, make it work. I want to work with this guy. Make it work for us.
Gotcha.
And so that's where I started modifying.
So then you can kind of bring it into the mold. And you know what's funny, man, is I really saw that with the way that you helped Josh with the Amato. Yeah. And I saw that with the way you helped Barney with the Road Dog. Yeah. And that's where I really got to see the way that you guys do that and the way you guys work, man.
Yeah, because you saw the originals.
Absolutely.
And then
man.
You saw the finished one.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I helped Big B with the second.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
whatever the second one was that he had, that mid-size one.
No, the big one. The
helped
big
him with the road. Helped him with the road.
You helped him with that one too. Yeah.
But yeah, that's where sort of I started learning how to, giving Mike what he wanted to see.
For sure.
And so now that that I sort of did that, now I sort of make it fit our line, fit our look. So if you see a fucking top knife, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you see a top knife, you can tell from a mile away.
You know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so that's what I try to keep. I don't try to go like fucking pearl handles and gold fucking screws, because we don't do that. But
that's exactly I get that, man. I totally get that, and I think that's which is funny that you even mentioned that, because that's a little bit of what was going on with Dark Timber too. Because Pete really wanted to make his super custom knives. I got this idea of what I like to see in a knife, and have a production knife that guys really can womp on and get their hands on and all that. And he wants to do something that's like museum quality and heirloom quality, and it's that's a beautiful thing, man. So yeah, too, so. Yeah. Oh no, he's a ferociously good knife maker, man.
Like he's dedicated 110% to what he does.
Absolutely,
and you can see it, with the following he has. So
and it's nonstop.
No.
Yeah.
And I think, having Amber come in on the picture too helped him out a lot.
Oh, dude.
It really did.
Agreed.
Definitely.
It really did. And, we've known her before, she was with Pete.
For sure.
So, yeah, she's cool. She's awesome.
Yeah.
We were going to do something with her for a while, and then it just sort of fell off the...
But. We never got the design, and I'm not sure if that's because she just got busy and hasn't had a chance to get to it or what. But that's probably still an option.
It's probably still right there if you want it.
Probably.
If you want it. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, with designs, a lot of it comes down to timing too.
That's exactly what it is, and I think that so like when we did the first Nomad, right? Everybody looked at it and, oh man, that handle's too long. Like it's doing a reverse Tonto with a belly on it, like a Nespa, blah 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 blah. That's not going to work. And then people got it into their hands, and then just like the old what Mike used to do, what you guys used to do, and still do, and then what Cold Steel and Lynn Thompson do, Dwayne Unger picked it up and he goes, you know what, Zeke, man, I'm just going to take that down to the junkyard and stop chopping stuff up with it. So he opened up a roof of a car with it and started doing all this stuff. And I was like, well, yeah, I can do that too. Sure, man. It's a truck knife. Let's go.
Right now you say Lynn Thompson. Like, I'm not talking shit. So whoever hears this is like, oh, Leo. No. Every show we do.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what it is. Lynn Thompson always walks by our table and picks up our knives.
Yeah.
Every single show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's crazy because personally, like, I know who he is, but me to shake his hand maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll stop by and he'll look and he'll talk to you if you talk to him, but he won't necessarily be the one to engage or introduce himself or any of that. And I don't know if that's necessarily him being rude or not. That's just how he is.
Hang on a second, because something happened today.
Oh yeah,
dude. Yes. So I was on a flight with him to Texas, right? And I walked through, and he's in first class, and I go all the way to the back of the bus, all the way to the back, like past where the bathroom is and all that.
You have to sit in the back.
You book your flights.
So hey, Mr. Thompson, how's it going? mad respect, dude. Just mad respect for what he's been able to accomplish and what he's been able to do, man. No doubt about it.
For sure.
This cat walks through today, and I got that big old Hellion Bowie that I just designed, man. That thing, you know, we're just bringing that to market right now. It's a prototype. It's sitting there on the table. This dude has never walked up to the table, never looked at it. I've never seen him engage with anything, just like what you were saying, basically, you know, or just like, you know, maybe something like this, and then just, you know,
he'll look at it, put it down, and walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, man, I saw that from across.
Pictures.
He goes, man, I saw that from
pictures. Yeah.
He goes, man, I saw. That's what I think.
That is happening.
Yeah. He goes, man, I saw that. He goes, man, I saw that from across the room, and he goes, I just had to pick that up, and well, I just, you know, I thought, man, that was cool. That was just cool.
Yeah.
It was just cool. You hit a certain level of, you know, you've been carrying around a dude's pocket knife for 10 years or whatever, and something else. Yeah.
And there he is.
And there he is in front of you. Yeah. And you're like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. Yeah, I saw you, you know, cut a fucking donkey in half on the YouTube with a fucking 36-inch,
Right.
with a 36-inch sword, man. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, what's up, Johnny?
Hey,
Come on
Johnny.
in.
Yo, we got a full house tonight.
Yeah, we got a full Barney. Oh, Barney!
Barney is in the
What
house.
the
Barney is
fuck?
here.
After
The
ignoring
Big
like
B.
5 fucking text messages.
You know what the thing is, dude? He's like Beetlejuice. You got to say his name out loud 3 times for him
Oh,
to
that's
show
why.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're actually gonna have Barney on the podcast, but then we set up.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
then
you're
he
like,
was.
nah.
But then he decided not to.
And then
then
when
he
he-
decided to go eat dinner
How are you?
somewhere else,
Yeah.
and so you know.
And then when he walked in,
Is
you're
what
like,
it
Mas
is.
puto. Yeah.
oh shit! Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No,
yeah,
that-
I mean,
that
it was
is-
just
that is
kind of,
cool.
it was just
That
one of
is
those
cool.
things, man. You know.
Yeah, like I said, not talking shit, but you know, hit or miss. You like or you don't like. Having somebody with that kind of caliber, I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
You know that long in the industry.
That's what
pick up your stuff.
Yes, I think
if
just
there's something,
that's it.
there's a different feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, everybody's got an opinion on him.
Absolutely.
I've never said more than 5 words to him, so I can't say
No,
what kind of guy
like I
he
said,
is.
I'm
I don't
not
know.
talking shit.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
just
know. Yeah.
you know, hit or miss. Having
Yeah.
somebody with that caliber pick up your stuff feels pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
for
you
sure.
know what, man? At the end of the day, that's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And it was just one of those
Absolutely.
things. You know, it could be like another good one is like Jason, when Jason Knight walks through the thing.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, man, he was Forge and Fire judge. He was awesome. Like, talk to him for different things. And now, you know, you're like, hey, man, you know, he looked at the first Nomad and he was like, whatever. And then he comes back over at the Texas show and he goes, man, you really made a lot of improvements in the stuff that you've been doing. And I was like, damn,
Yeah.
holy shit. All right, cool.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's like,
That's
I
right.
didn't
I met
realize
him.
you were going to notice.
You know,
and that's
I
basically
met him
what
a
it
couple
was, too,
times.
man.
You know,
Yeah.
we sit there, we shoot the shit a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and today I'm walking and I had to go see a grinder that I wanted to buy, and he punches me in the rib like, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what the fuck? Well, he's in a wheelchair. He's like in a little cart.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, really?
I haven't seen him today. I want to see him. Yeah.
He got hit by a truck actually, and broke
On his
leg.
motorcycle,
On his
man.
motorcycle.
F-150 head on,
Oh,
man.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he you know punches me in the. I'm like, what the fuck? And it's him. You know, and he's like, hey, how's it going? And, you know, but pretty cool. You know, that stuff's pretty cool. Like
That's- I'm telling you, man, I don't take any of this stuff for granted because for
Seriously.
me, with you guys, it's great. You guys do this stuff 24/7. It's what you do. It's your career. It's a job. It's your chosen profession, all that stuff. For me, I get to be an outsider. I get to come into this and that. I get to help as a hobby. I get to help as a passion. I get to help as a, you know, on that kind of level. And then, you know, go back to my day job. You know, put the other clothes
So
back on.
right now, talking about your day job.
Sure.
You know, I know a little bit about your background. You know, you've been a chef, fucking 20 plus, 30 plus
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I knew it was 30. No, I knew it was more than 20.
Yeah.
Because Rich, you know, we were talking about
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I know we talked about it a little bit ago that you know we sort of touched on it, but I know Zeke, big choppers.
Yeah.
That's you know
Right.
big choppers, but nothing for the kitchen.
Exactly.
Why?
Yeah.
Is there a reason behind
yes.
it? Okay.
Yes. All right, man. So we're all rebellious in our own way, right? We're all rebellious in our own way. Well, I don't care who you are, what you are, whatever the deal is, man. We're all rebellious in our own way. For me, I know it. I love it. I use it every day. All that stuff.
Yep.
For me, it's the lowest hanging fruit. I figured if I started doing that and I jumped into kitchen knives, then people would go, "Oh, that's a kitchen knife guy." But I like knives as fun, man. I like knives that I could have fun with. I like knives that look different. I like knives that feel different. I like, you know, different kind of ergonomics. I like all this stuff. Now, that's not to say within the last probably 2 years I've submitted maybe 6 or 7 designs and yanked them just before production, much to Vic's chagrin. I would be like, we go right up to the edge of it, and then I'd be like, no, I don't like it. It's not perfect. And that's the problem that I'm in with it right now. And it's an artistic thing.
A thing that, it just popped in my head, but how Vic can produce so many designer knives.
Right.
It blows my mind.
Yeah.
Because we have a hell of a fucking time keeping up with what we do. We have a lot of people submit drawings. We have weekly.
We get at least one a week.
And people, and I know people come back like, fuck tops, they didn't want to take my drawing. No, man, we get so many fucking
When you get roughly 100 designs a year, like, I'm sorry, I can't do that many.
Yeah.
It's just not happening.
It's tough. And for him, like, I see some people will submit them to us. We say, no, we can't right now, and then they submitted it to you guys, to Shrade, and I'm saying you guys because you're a big part of
for sure.
So they'll submit them there, and then I'm like, shit, how the fuck does he keep up with so many designers?
Well, I think the good answer to that is probably bit off a little bit too much too soon for that anyways, because he's such a good guy. Like I was saying at the very beginning, man, he's such a cool dude, such a good guy. He's trying to help people. He's trying to get their designs out there if it catches his eye. And at the end of the day, that's what it really is. So, the last couple of years we've been talking about, got to scale that back a little bit. Got to see what hits. Got to play the hits a little bit, and then you can take some people on. But what was really cool was there was that one time period where if it was like somebody that I knew and I knew that they had talent and I knew that they
something behind
could produce, and there was some meat on that bone, then I would, go to bat for him 100% and be like, hey man, I know this guy. He can make a killer knife. He can design a killer knife. Just give him a shot, see what happens. The issue always comes up with everything, and I'll be perfectly honest and perfectly blunt with whoever's listening to this. If you don't get out there and promote what you designed,
then
100%.
Then why is it that anybody else is going to take a shot on you down the line?
Yep.
Because you're not going to get a hit. Nobody's going to look at it and go, in the 10,000 years of knives, this is so fresh and so new and so unique and so out of the box that I absolutely need to do this and I need to get that. There always has to be some sizzle on that steak just to bring it back to the kitchen, right? So you always have to be out there. So like even with Dark Timber, we created the Dark Timber Brotherhood. We built a group around it. With Work Tough, we have the Work Tough Adventure Team. We built a group around it. We expanded into the social media stuff. We're constantly plying the YouTube guys and talking to the YouTube guys, and especially the guys that just break stuff. We love those guys.
Yeah.
Because you want to see what the terminal end of your knife is going to look like. And we want people to see that too. Man, if this guy really has to hustle and he really has to, try breaking rocks with
that dude
all that
that
stuff.
kept breaking our stuff?
Joe X.
So Joe X.
Oh, poor Joe X.
Whatever happened. But he was
back,
always fucking beating the shit. He is.
He was back
and
within like 2 weeks.
I was just going to say, I figured it would be back
and
in 2 or 3 weeks.
Every little bit, our knives were the ones fucking he was showcasing and beating the shit out of and breaking, and then fucking Tops don't know how to do that. At first, I'm like, fuck you motherfucker. Yeah. You're purposely beating the shit out of our
Which
knife.
is everybody's knee-jerk reaction. That's on everybody's first knee-jerk reaction. Yeah, for sure.
But then after that, I'm like, fuck. He had to go through fucking 10 fucking hoods, 2 fucking cars, and then he broke it. I'm like, that's not bad.
Exactly.
And then when they fucking cancel him, I'm like, fuck, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Exactly. And then everybody rallied to get him, and then everybody rallied around him.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. It was like a neighbor that was causing something, and like basically I think they were trying to accuse him of doing something illegal on his own property.
Something like that.
So I think he got that solved, and now he's back. I don't know the details, but he's back.
Yeah.
And
we sent him a box full of knives. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. You're like, here, go ahead and try get El Chete. Do it, man. Yeah.
Motherfucker.
The majority of his tests have nothing to do with actual knife use.
They have nothing to do with knife
use.
His
purpose
everybody
is to destroy.
Everybody that watches that knows knives, that has something to do with knives, they know that's not real.
That's not real.
But you always have those fucking couch warriors.
Entertaining.
That shit sucks. They fucking went through 3 hoods and it broke.
Well, what's great is
I can't believe that happened.
When you read on the line online, and you're like, somebody's saying, "Oh man, that knife is, that knife's terrible because their heat treat is only 56 to 58, and the terminal velocity of the, hypotenuse of the da-da-da-da-da, and we could have quenched it in, it's like, liquid nitrogen and adamantium, and it's like, dude, first of all, chill. Let the professionals be professionals, and let those dudes walk their walk, man. And you just go ahead and talk your talk, but stay in your lane, man. And stay in your lane with that stuff. But the end of it, I'm not mad. He took one of our knives and was trying to break his little rock of the doom with it, and then he split the rock with it. So, hey, whatever, man. You just showed that it's a good quality piece, or for whatever that is. And if somebody's out there and they need a knife to go fucking cut a rock in half, then
they got one.
Go get one. There you go. Perfect for you. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the tracker video he did on ours, it took him 2 videos to break it.
Yeah.
For a tracker?
That's fucking crazy, man.
Dude, the tracker's like a metal brick. That thing is like tough to break, man. Yeah.
And it took him, I think, 2 videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't doubt it, man.
And that was crazy because, again, at the end, you got them people talking shit, don't own one of their knives.
Yeah.
But like I said, at first, that bugged me. Now, like...
and the thing is, like, he's doing it for entertainment value.
Absolutely.
And his videos are entertaining.
Sure. No, they are.
But when you look
at
some of the things that he says, there was one that he did on La Bestia, and when he broke the tip off, he's like, I can't believe that broke. And I'm like, do you understand how like a lever and fulcrum works? Because I learned that in 3rd grade. The longer the fucking lever is, the more strength, the more leverage you have on the thing that you're twisting.
Yeah.
And so he's got this tip stuck in a log with a knife that's this fucking long, and he's like cranking on it with his entire body. Yeah. That's how that works. Yeah. And a lot of people are like, that's what's going to happen. And then there's a lot of people that are like, I can't believe that happened. And but for him, that controversy is views. Yep. And and again, it's entertaining. It's so fun to watch.
And that's the thing. It's this generation of knife buyers. It's this generation of people that are into it. True. It's this generation that are learning everything on YouTube and yada yada yada. Because if you look back, I'm a big history buff on all things history, right? Especially knives, cooking.
Good.
Greg has a lab coat.
No.
Name it, dude. Name it.
No.
Do you remember the first guy that? Do you remember the first guy that did that on YouTube though?
Yes, it was that fucking
Nos, right?
Nos?
Do you remember Nos?
No. Well, the guy that came after Nos.
Hockey mask?
There was another dude that came after Nos.
I don't know who the middle one was, but the first one was Nos, and that dude would put it through all the paces. He'd break the knives. Everybody get mad at him, and then he finally just split, and he was like, "All right, that's enough."
There was Nos,
and it wasn't warranting the views. Like his views would be like 3,000 or 4,000, something like that. Nothing ever caught fire for that poor dude because he was out there breaking everybody's stuff.
There was also that Tack guy that was going pretty hard on stuff.
Yeah, Tack was going pretty hard on stuff too. Yeah,
but then there was another guy had like a really stupid name. It was like Mr. I don't know, Fuller Joe. I don't know, something fucking dumb. But that guy would hang from. He had this. There was like this.
If you're listening to this, he don't really mean that.
It was no, it was stupid.
Don't take that personally.
His name was dumb, but the guy was actually really nice. I met him once. Super nice guy.
Oh, he was the guy that would hang off it, right? That was part of his
test.
There was
like a fucking jungle gym in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, and then he would hang into it, and then he'd step on it and jump on it. And yeah, that guy. Okay, yeah, he didn't get very many hits either. Yeah. Yeah, but somehow it resonated.
Thank you, Torquay.
There you go. somehow though, I think it resonated for old Joe X, man. He has a good look. He's got a good. He walks the walk. He talks the talk. All that.
He's dangerous. And like he doesn't give a fuck. He'll injure himself almost every video and like
show it,
not complain about it. Yeah, he's got no fear.
What's the name of those two dudes?
Oh, the Dutch bushcraft guys.
Holy shit, those fuckers are crazy too.
Yeah, they go nuts with stuff, man. And here's a crazy thing. They put one of the knives through the test, and I didn't even realize that it had gotten on their channel. And I look back at it, and they literally put on their blurb, they said, the strongest knife you can get. And then they said, work
tough knives? Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I know. I know.
They use hated.
It's a hated, heated rivalry.
It's a bunch of clickbait.
But it cracked me up because I was, literally as a guy that designs knives, and it was a guy named Alex Aurora Borealis's designs. I was wondering why his stuff had just picked up, caught fire. And I never even caught wind of what it was, but the Dutch bushcraft guys were hitting it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were hitting that one hard. So they got a gang of subscribers, and people.
I
went
think
for
the
it.
first
went
video
good
they
with
did
it.
of ours was
Did good.
a Bob.
Was a bro. Yep.
And
Bob is a
we
good
didn't send
knife.
it to him.
Yeah.
And it was one of the stainless ones. And they somebody was like, "Hey, you have to watch this video." I started watching it, and I'm like, increasingly through the video, I'm like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, and at the end of the video, they batoned it through a fucking frying pan.
Yeah.
Yep.
And afterwards, they're like, "Yeah, there's like a little chip, but this thing's still sharp."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, thank God!"
Right.
Like it was.
Benny's
it was
over there like, I hate
it
you to
was.
that.
No,
Yeah,
he
Benny.
didn't though. It was stainless. So
It was one of
Sorry,
Benny's
Ben.
knives. Yeah, he overdid it. Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Craig
Man.
had a fucking run of it.
But yeah, it was fucking crazy. And they at the end they were like, we didn't expect this to work.
Yeah.
But that was pretty badass.
I like them because they're funny, they're honest, they get down, and dude, those bobs are badass.
Yeah,
those are
yeah.
badass knives. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they're
really
good
like
dudes.
that design, man.
They're good dudes. It'd be really cool if they actually came to a show in the U.S.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
I'd like to
man?
hang out with them,
dude.
They're
I think that
fun.
would be so cool.
I think a
if they
lot of
did,
people
man.
would.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They
They have a
people.
huge following. The other one I really like, man, just because he has this like just laid back, like almost like a Ohio surfer dude attitude is that Advanced Knife Bro. You ever watch any of his stuff?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think.
He's
I don't think I
funny.
know that
He does
guy.
a lot of folders. He does a lot of folders and that kind of stuff. And he's just super. He's super chill with stuff.
So
he's got a
if we were back at the
it's all
shop,
comedy,
Craig
yeah.
would fucking put out his lab coat and then
Yeah.
start looking for it.
nice.
I wouldn't
Right?
put on the.
Well,
lab
he is
coat.
right now. Look,
I'm
he
looking
just
for it.
doesn't have
Yeah.
a
No,
lab
I know.
coat.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. He puts on the lab coat and he starts
Yeah.
looking for.
Advanced Knife Bro, you said.
Advanced Knife Bro. I think
All right,
that's
I'm
his-
gonna check him out.
I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Let's see. That one.
I think that's him. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'll check that guy out.
Yeah. Check him out. See what's up. He's got a real dry sense of humor, and I like that. And nothing he does, he takes seriously.
That's good.
I think he's got like a 3-beer challenge. He's got a bunch of stuff that's just like, yeah, he'd be right up your guys' alley, man. He's a chill dude.
No, it's not. Fucker.
Oh shit.
Said my flight was down. Oh man.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. We could finally do this.
Oh yeah, for real.
So
man.
what's anything new in the works that you can bring up?
For me, yeah, man. We're doing. So I got that new Bowie that's out, man. I saw, we just dropped a couple other Bowies, and I wanted to do something that was different. So yeah,
Thank you.
we just did a big old recurve Bowie, named the Hellion, man. That was really good. Trying to think of something else that's in the pipeline right now. It's more, and the thing with working with Vic with that stuff, we refine stuff a lot, right? So like we came out with one called the Little Evil Fighter, and it was we used some thick stock, like 8mm thick stock of M2, and we wanted to be like, hey, yeah, guys, put it on your load bearing vests and get out there and run with it. Find out that the knife is just way
Too heavy. Yeah.
It's super heavy with that. Yeah, and nobody wants to carry that now. Just to say that my excuse for that was when my cousin Mario, hey Mario, if you watch this, man, what's up? Just got out of 32 years in the Marines, and he had a incident that he was telling me about when he was in Mogadishu, and they were dropping food, and he ended up having to get some guys away from him, and they got his weapon away from him, and he ended up having to use his knife, and it was a K-bar, and he actually did break that knife. He actually did break it right out of it cracked right between where the handle was.
Yeah, there's steak ting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, most of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, he goes, man, if I could go back and do that again, man, I'd really want you to design me something for that. And that was how that knife came to be. And he goes, man, I love it, but it's just too heavy.
That was the reason Top started.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Mike had
man.
the-
Yeah.
a very similar
Mike had a
experience.
similar
Yeah.
experience with the K-bar, and that's how the Steel Eagle came about.
Oh, dude, I can see that. That Steel Eagle's a brute, man. That's
Yeah,
a
he
good
wanted
knife.
to make a blade that wasn't gonna fucking fail.
Yeah.
And so that's literally what started Top. So
Yeah. Imagine the thoughts that running through his head when he designed that.
yeah,
Fuck, dude. Fuck. 8mm. That's almost 3/8.
It's
isn't it?
ridiculous, dude. It was like that.
Is it
It's
like
like
our
that
little
thick.
rough,
man.
little
Yeah.
roughneck?
That's about.
It's
that thick,
exactly what
yeah.
that is. Yeah. It's just like the little
Fuck,
roughneck.
That
Yeah.
is thick.
Yeah. That's sad. I know all your guys' knives except for the tactical pen that Benny was wearing earlier today.
But now
It
you know
was
that
taking
too,
hell
so
off.
you're
And now
good.
I know that
Yeah.
you make a tactical pen too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you know them all.
Yeah.
Badass, man. That's pretty
cool
cool
stuff.
So, any kitchen knives in the works?
We got a couple of I got one design that's just waiting to go to CAD right now. I do all my stuff freehand, and then so I draw it out freehand now, and then I do it by the so I do it by the section. I do each side of it, what it looks like from the top, close up on the handle, so that you have all of it laid out, and then just go ahead and line out all the measurements that are on it. What materials we want to use, where we want to get it to, what the heat treat, not necessarily what the heat treat is, but what I'm thinking the Rockwell should be on it, depending on what the metal choice is going to be on it and all that stuff. And then so with the chef knife, we're looking at one right now. It should be I want to do one with an 11-inch blade, but nobody's going to use it, so I think we're going to do one with like a 7.5 or something like that. Yeah,
that's a more common one.
Yeah, and it's going to be a classic French chef knife with just a couple of Menacho designs.
What is the French style like?
So the French style is like, so if you look at the easiest way that you could describe it is like if you see a German chef knife, right? So you have a nice pronounced belly on it. It's the one that you think of when you think of a chef knife, right?
You think like a Wusthof or
exactly a Wusthof, a Messermeister, even Sabatier, the French ones. Kind of what they consider that a Western chef knife is the French style of chef knife.
So similar to the German style, basically.
Absolutely. Okay. The Germans they use a little bit thicker stock. Their stuff is more geared towards cutting through bones. When I was going through culinary school, I actually used a Messermeister, and my Chef Michael Shane. Shout out to Mike. He came from a very classic French background, so he wouldn't let me use anything but a 10-inch bladed knife. So I had to do that with the little tournée where you take a potato and then you cut it, and you gotta end up making like a little egg out of it. You had to do all your bâtonnet, you had to do your julienne, your brunoise, all your classic cuts with it that people would take a smaller knife for, like a paring knife.
I don't understand a single one of those words.
I know, guys.
Fucking
sorry,
French
man.
is the one language like makes no sense to me.
You guys wanted to get into it.
They
so
sound like they sound like
Yeah,
that marbles in
yeah.
their mouth.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm intrigued.
Okay, so there you go. That's a classic French, right? Then you get to what everybody likes now, which is the Asian-inspired ones, which are the Japanese knives. And then the Japanese are inspired by the French, so they go back and recreate what a French chef knife looks like, except they use a better steel. They use a thinner material with a thinner edge, much higher grind, way thinner bevel, and then they use much thinner stock also.
A lot of Japanese knives are almost chisel ground too, right? Don't they have like the left-sided bevel is like pretty steep, and then the right side is more chisel.
Absolutely.
That's
so when you get into that,
sushi knives,
the sushi knives are
right?
exactly what I'm thinking of, because you want that super clean cut.
On
their face side.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's that's the traditional Japanese knife.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the traditional Japanese knife, and then that's the one that's like hot tanged into the usually a wood handle,
an
bamboo
octagonal handle. A lot of times.
Octagonal handle is out of that. Yeah. Like a Murray Carter would do an amazing Japanese knife. Yeah, for sure. And then there's a bunch of companies like Tojiro and all these other guys, and they generally don't have a big belly on them either.
Yeah,
because there's a different style of chopping, right? So if you're a French chef, you roll with it. It's almost like this is the style. When you're getting into it with a Japanese knife, you have to go more like a guillotine. Where it's just a kind of a straight up and down thing. And it just depends on what you like and what the knife is and all that good stuff. Yeah.
So the French don't do the chisel type grind though. The
French have been making basically the same chef knife since probably the 1600s at this point. Yeah, and it works good because it works good on everything, on a myriad of stuff. And
what kind of thickness are we talking about here? Like you're saying they're thinner than the German ones, like.
The French are going to be a little bit thinner than the Germans. Yeah, the blade steel usually on a French knife, and I'm probably going to get a whole bunch of hate on this, is generally not as well done. The heat treat usually generally isn't as well done. The Germans are just known for getting it right out of the box. You could process a cow with it. You could do whatever you need to do as a one knife option in the kitchen with that if you need to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
And now I'll never get hired by Wusthof.
So
you only need one knife instead of 37,000 knives to go your $1,500 kit. Yeah.
So the style you're gonna make is a French style, but shorter than.
Yeah, it's a French style.
It'll
like
be
right
more
now,
like what people are looking for in the U.S.
Yeah, everybody. So there was that Serbian. There was like a Serbian cleaver fad. There was there was a Santoku fad that was before that.
Yep.
And I think really what people just need is a standard chef knife that's going to be about this big that they want to use in the kitchen, like much like your guys' Frog Market XL.
Okay.
Which I think is just an awesome chef knife. Yeah.
Yeah, those Frog Market specials are great. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah, those things are really cool.
That's badass. Yeah, we've been talking these last couple of weeks, month or so, of bringing out like outdoor kitchen line. Just not the stainless steel high end. Like expensive one, just the lower price point one, but for outdoors. Not really push it towards kitchen knives. At first we were sort of trying to what can they use and what can't they use, and we're focusing on that, but. Fuck, the people, the end users they're going out to the bush. They're not really in the kitchen, So,
exactly, yeah.
So that's something that we have in the works as well.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I think with the kitchen camp, man, I think a lot of the time it's just run what you brung on that stuff, man. And I think if there's a sweet spot in that somewhere, it would be something that you could keep as a belt knife, right? Probably do something with like a 6.5 inch cutting edge on that, and then just let them roll with it, man.
Yeah, we'll probably be doing like a 2 or 3 knife
little set
that goes on,
something to that effect.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
as long as there's a cleaver in it. They always need a cleaver in that because anybody that's out there is going to be like, even if they just bought the rack of ribs from Ralph's, they're going to go out there like Grizzly Adams and be like, oh, I want to put this on the fire and I'm going to cut that with the biggest knife I could possibly find. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, so we're guilty. That's
it's fun.
It is. Yeah, dude. It is.
Everybody wants to do it because it's fun.
Or when you're trying to show off to your, you're trying to show off to your lady that you brought up there, and you're like, all right, I'm going to do this with an axe now. Watch me. And you're like, because that's all you got in the truck. You're like, I'm going to do this with a Spetsnaz shovel or something. Yeah.
Meanwhile, she's just like, I'm just ready to eat. Whenever,
she's like, I don't care. I wish you'd just hurry up and get it done. Food. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Speaking of, did you guys eat?
Can we get some barbecue?
Eat? Make sure they get some food. No, you're good.
Oh my God, that shrimp del Diablo is awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, you're working on a kitchen knife?
Yeah. A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. A little bit. As long as but that's the thing though. I get cold feet like right before because I'm like, is it good enough? That's what my big thing is. Is it good enough? There's so many that are out there in that market, and for whatever reason,
you got to be careful.
I don't feel that kind of pressure with the other stuff. Even though there's a million of them, I don't feel that kind of pressure.
When you get into that, it's almost like that engineer's mindset where they nothing's ever done.
Yeah.
Like you can always make it better. You
can always make it better. Oh my God.
At some point, man, just stop.
Yeah.
And pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Like there's
always a version 2.
Yep.
We've run into this with 2 or 3 designers over the years. One in
even
particular.
Even our own designs.
Yeah.
Look at that Shadow Hunter. Look at that Wilderness Guide. We've modified, like, I'll say, oh yeah, this one will work. This one's nice. But then,
the Camp
a couple years, I'm like, fuck, I should have done this. I'm like, fuck it, let's do version number fucking 3.
That's always always the thing. That's what literally there's one sitting on the table right now. It's that little evil that I was telling you guys about that we're working on. I'm like, well, we could do the handles thicker. We can make the stock thinner. We could have a better steel choice. We could do a hidden internal lanyard hole that's in the pommel instead of having to take up all this extra space on it. We could do all this extra stuff, man. And then, that's when Vic just finally goes,
dude, it's done. Let's just make it.
Make the knife, dude. Yeah, just make the knife.
Leo's good at making that choice.
Yeah, he goes, just get it in production. That's all. Get it in production. Yep. Yeah.
Leo's good at making that choice. There's like I said, there's a couple designers. There's one in particular we worked with where we prototyped multiple prototypes.
Yeah.
And in the end, it just came down to like, are we going to make this or not?
Right.
And they're like, well, we want to make a couple more changes. Are we making it or not?
Yeah.
Like, are you ready to do this?
It was getting down to like minimal. Like, I'm like, does he not want to fucking make it? Let's just call it quits.
And the starting design to the ending design, they were both great knives. We could have made them both.
Right. Yeah, we would have made them both. They would have both.
We could have made that first knife, and it would have been awesome, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just that like paralysis where it's like, no, it's not quite right. It's not quite right. Like the way you're going, it's never going to be quite right because you're going to change your mind in a few months.
Yeah.
And so let's just stop and make this thing.
Well, that's the part where it's like life, right? You get to these moments in life, right, where you just got to step out. You just got to step out and you got to do it, man. I remember when we were doing the hooligan with Dark Timber, and sorry guys, we all been talking all day.
Yeah,
my voice is finally starting to go away, man.
No, I'm there with you.
So it came to this point with the hooligan, and I'm like, man, how can I do this? How can I get this thing done? And how can we get it out and make a big splash with it? And I thought, you got to take that step. So I was like, all right, well, dude, I just went and got a couple pallets from the Ralph's that was down the street. Went in the back alley in Long Beach, California, where you're not known for testing knives. Went in what's called Murder Alley behind my house.
Fuck.
And
did you name it that?
no, dude, that's when we moved in. They go, hey, okay. This is how they tell us. They go, oh, it's Long Beach, man. So they go, all right, well, here's the deal. If you want to walk your dog or something, or you want to go out for a walk at night, just don't go down that alley behind your guys' place.
That's the first place.
And that's the first place that I hit, dude. Yeah, and you gotta sometimes move through the urban survivalists, the homeless folks that are over there, man, and kind of make your you got to kind of make your way through there, man. And so, anyways, went out there, and mind you, there's apartment buildings like all the way through, right? A tiny little alley, man. It's like a 1-car alley. And go out there with the hooligan and just start smacking stuff. Bam,
you fit
bam,
right in.
Bam, exactly, man. They probably thought it was just some homeless dude that had just hit a pipe
let's
and was
just
like,
keep our distance.
yeah. They were like, oh, is he going to take off his pants too? This is going to be great.
Is he going to shit?
Yeah. Let's watch and find out. So, anyways, the cop rolls up and. Then I tell the cop what I'm doing, and then he ends up, we end up talking to him about the knife and all that stuff, and then I think we ended up posting that on Facebook, and that ended up being pretty big, and people got a kick out of that. And then of course Facebook took it down and then banned it, and of course the phone that I had that it was on broke, and all the rest of the story. Mm-hmm. Normal stuff, man. But yeah, if I don't think that if I would have taken that walk out, then people wouldn't have seen me to want to put me on the History Channel for that Forged in Fire thing. And from that, I think a lot of things, it was just one of those things where it was like a zeitgeist, like everything happened at the right moment, culminated, and then, and then kind of blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that hooligan still being made right now?
No. That was one of the things when we had talked about it a couple of times. It may make it, it may make a return. It may make a return, but that's something that
through Dark Timber or just on the outside.
No, if we did it, that was it was Pete's handle, and then Pete made it, and then it was my design on the blade and all that stuff, man. Yeah, so team effort on that one. So if one person doesn't want to do it and the other person does, then it's not going to get made. And if it's vice versa on that, then it's still not going to get made.
So it could be a fucking top version, fucking manufacturing thing.
Yeah.
Interesting. So Forged in Fire, you were on that Knife or Death spin-off series that we did, right?
Yes, which was on Knife or Death.
Were you on the first or
fun,
second
man.
season?
I was on the second season.
Yeah.
I was on the second season, which was that was a lot of fun, man.
Shit, I forgot about that. That's right,
dude. It was
Holy
something
shit,
else, man. Yeah, that's what I was saying, man. It was like I always tell people I'm like the Forrest Gump of wherever I go, because I always get to work with people that are good, that are at really good points in the game that I have no business being around at any point, and being on a TV show just because you went on an alley and beat up a pallet.
Is that literally what sort of?
No, what really? I'll tell you exactly what it was. And this is I don't think I've shared this story, but it's. The lady called me, and the producer called me, and you have to put in this packet and a little video and all that stuff, and then they call me up and they tell me, all right, well, we like you for the second season, but you're going to be an alternate, and if somebody drops out, then we're going to get you. And I don't know what got into me. Honestly, you guys have known me for a while now. Mm-hmm. I don't know what got into me on this, but I literally, when she was talking on the phone, I go, hey, you know what? I'm not an alternate for anything. I go, you put me on this, I'll be in all black, I'll be in a black cap, I'll be in my glasses, and you just need a villain. So just make me the villain of it. And from that, I don't know what, she just loved it. Literally hung up the phone on her. She called me right back and was like, all right, you're on a plane to Atlanta in 2 weeks. Come on, let's go shoot. And it was just like that, man.
Right on.
So I think they just liked it, yeah. Yeah.
That's what you got with TV. You have to have that type of personality.
I think so. I think you just have to know. You have to know your role.
They
don't
want
to know your role.
Yeah, they want different. They really
don't want some guy up there by the book like, this is how you cut this. It's like, no, you're gonna fucking go destroy some shit.
That's the whole especially for that show.
Yeah, that was the point of that show.
That was the part of it. And when they heard that it was the hooligan cleaver, then all of a sudden, then you got Goldberg dropping that line about 50 times, man, and then it's on national TV, and then boom. That's a wrap on that, man, and so it was really cool.
How did you do on that season?
I won. Yeah, I won. I won my episode, and then I went and
I was waiting for you to say that.
Yeah, I won. Well, it to me, man, I'm just happy to be there. I won that one. Went on the grand tournament. They had all the other winners from like 8 other episodes or something like that. Went up against a dude I call Captain America, Keith Hill, awesome guy. Ends up being captain of NYPD SWAT.
Oh, shit.
So a little out of my element on that one. He's definitely in better shape than me. I literally just rolled out of the kitchen at that point. And, we go to it. And, he ended up finishing first, and I ended up finishing second on that season. But it was a great, it was a great opportunity. Man, it was a lot of fun.
I would have a fucking shirt of that.
Well, I look at guys like that actually won the one where you make it, you make the knives. I always look at those guys like they did something cool, man. And Keith too, because he tore it up, man.
No, but that's still a skill. I mean, there's still some, like, sure, you can just kind of go through it like an ogre, but there's still some skill involved in a lot of those tests. If you don't do it right, you're going to be there a while, and then you're not going to win.
Yeah. So my background is I got 30 years in the kitchen, right? But I was also a bouncer for a long time. I did a lot of club security. I've trained in different martial arts, and I've done that kind of stuff. So when I'd walk up to something, it was like you would look at it, you'd understand that you need to make the cut on it, and then you would execute it. And it was just like if you were getting into it with somebody or whatever, that controlled aggression that you have when it comes time to go time. It was that was something that you can always turn off and on, and I could always just turn it off and on that. So it helped. Plus the fact they were throwing these big giant wooden boxes, and I'm like 6 foot and 260, so it was
that helps.
Not as hard for me to just kind of bust through all that stuff, man. Yeah, that was a lot of fun though.
Well, Zeke, it's been fucking fun, and I know
absolutely.
I know people are gonna ask for a second part of this,
dude. I'm in. Say when.
Yeah,
for
sure. Hopefully down the line we get a chance to pull out that drawing
for sure.
Have you made that drawing?
No, I don't even remember what it was, man. No. Yeah, after well, it's funny because after we talked, I was like, I kind of put that to rest. You know what I mean? I was like, dude, these guys are just awesome. I still love my Tops knives. I still am a Tops fanboy.
When I met Zeke
one of those kind
for
of
the
things,
first time after that, he's like, yeah, you fucking denied my drawing. I didn't have shit to do with it.
Oh man!
And so I told Craig, let's get back to this fucking fun.
Leo, listen, I'm polite, but I'm direct, man. I'm polite, but I'm direct. You're never gonna get a bullshit answer.
When we get back to the shop, I'll pull it out, and then I'll grab that drawing. Yeah. And so we'll
and then you'll make fun of me after that. I appreciate it. You're like, this is what it looks like when you take it out of the cat litter box. It's perfect. Yeah.
I'm telling you,
you wanted us to make this.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna look at it and be like, wow, geez, dude, these guys are gonna mess with that.
You're gonna look at it and you're gonna redraw it, and then Leo's gonna be like, yeah, we could probably do it.
You know what? That might happen. That would be pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll look at the drawing. I'll topsify it and then send it back to you.
All right, man. We'll check it out.
Hell yeah, man. Well,
yeah.
It was great having you.
Absolutely.
Again, appreciate you being on.
Absolutely, man. Thank you guys for your always good friends, man. Always support. Thanks, all of that. Thank your wife for the wonderful food that she made, man.
Yeah,
absolutely. I was starving when I came in.
No, she's been killing it. She's been killing it.
Dude, the enchiladas last night were fucking good, too.
Yeah.
Thank you, babe. God.
Well, it was funny because it was like, do you want to go eat barbecue brisket and tri-tip and all this, or you want to come over to my house and have some ceviche? I'm like, dude, that's a no-brainer. It's easy for me, man. I got a Mexican wife at home. I'm good to go, awesome. Man. It's perfect, man.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, I got a little gift for you. Everybody that's on the podcast, we give them a little challenge coin.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being on again.
Oh, heck yeah, man. That's dope. Thank you, guys. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Craig, Leo,
Absolutely.
you guys are awesome, man.
Yep.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure, man.
Thank you.
Again, I know there'll be a part 2 on this for sure.
Yep. For real. Let's do it.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Well, peace out. Thanks for hanging out with us for a bit.